Hello everybody, Marcos Villegas here in a dark, stormy and rainy day in Los Angeles, but our day is brightened up as we're joined by Mr. Omar Figueroa Jr., who's made a fan out of me even more because of his Rick and Morty hat right here, always styling. Omar, man, it's been a long time since we've seen you in the ring. Your last fight was against Robert Guerrero. How are you feeling coming up to a fight day now?
I'm excited, man. I miss being here. I miss all the commotion and the struggles of the weight cut, and even though it's probably the worst part of boxing, it's part of it, and you gotta love it, good and bad.
Well, you brought up the weight cut, and it's always a big thing when it comes to you. How are you at this point with the weight?
Was a big thing. Like I said, I've made a lot of changes, and which have facilitated a lot of things in my career, especially the weight cut. And it's just about loving yourself, man. And now I don't feel like I deserve to go through all that punishment. I used to believe that the bad was just as important as the good, and I had to go through all that to be better. I realized that that's not the way it has to be. So I've facilitated a lot of things for myself. What
caused that change, and what really made you realize, and it really stuck it to you that, hey, I got to change things. This is not working?
My kiddos.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I got to be okay for them. I can't risk being injured severely, at least, because of stupidity, or like I said, me trying to go against my father, or just not listening just because. Now I do it because I know I have to, and because I have them relying on me, and they depend on me.
I know you got into an incident, the DUI, where you're in camp. It caused you to lose the fight, and then Joel sent you back to Texas.
It wasn't caused the fight, it was an injury.
It was the injury?
Yeah.
That was part of it, right, or no?
No, I mean, how's the DUI going to stop me from fighting? It's just...
Well, the jail stuff.
I mean, I spent half a day in jail, while I was being processed, and I got out, and I was back to training that same day. It wasn't that, it was the injury.
Well, with that, though, it's contributing to the overall theme of you saying you had to change things and get serious. What was going on back then? Because I heard rumors that you would drink during camp, that you would eat junk food and not really take it serious. Like, what would lead to that?
No, I mean, if I did drink during camp, it'd be a glass of wine or two. It's never been anything too serious. I've never had a problem with alcohol, much less food. I mean, when I'm in camp, I take it seriously. It's my job. It's been my job professionally at least since I started, right? But I've been doing this for 23 years, man. I don't take it. I know it's no joke. But no, that was part of the changes that I've made, though. I have been a lot more strict when it comes to stuff like that. And like I said, I just take better care of myself.
I feel you, though, bro. It's hard to stick with the diet and not enjoy food, especially if you've been doing this for so long. You sometimes think like, hey, man, I've sacrificed enough. I deserve to grab a bite of this, or I could take a little bit of a drink of this. So I know it's a constant struggle.
Yeah, man, and it's just got a day left, and that's it. Looking forward to that.
How was that conversation with Joel, revisiting all that and him sitting down with you and talking all this out?
No, Coach understands. He's been through it before. He was a professional fighter himself, so there wasn't really much to say. I told him, Coach, I messed up. I shouldn't have been doing that. I blame it a lot on the fact that I hadn't really slept that week too, because I traveled to New York and back from the West Coast, so that's a 3-hour change that I got to get used to and whatnot. But I mean, regardless, I shouldn't have been on the road. I apologize to any of my fans that I may have offended or let down, my kiddos especially. It won't happen again.
You missed out on the Broner fight. We've seen Broner's fight with Jesse Vargas and Manny Pacquiao. I know we touched on it a little bit yesterday, but do you feel you missed out on a huge opportunity to potentially get yourself in a big marquee fight because of what happened with missing out on the Broner fight?
Of course. I mean, if I wouldn't have been injured my whole career, I'd have 50 fights by now, and I'd be doing a lot better than I am, right? But, things happen, and best you can do is, just deal with it, face first, and keep moving.
You don't dwell on it, though. You don't think like, man, if I would have faced Broner, like this and this would have happened. Or like sometimes you kind of catch yourself thinking about that stuff.
I mean, when I watch him fight, I'm like, oh my God, like it could have been over, I could have ended it, or I could have done this, or I could have, it would have been a good fight, but other than that, I don't cling to it too much. It's just, like I said, I proceed.
So what was your weight cutting process before, and how is it different now?
Before, it used to be kind of just up in the air. just whatever. I just worked out a lot, and then I ate, and I didn't measure anything. I didn't take anything into consideration. But now everything is by portions. Now everything has a purpose.
You weren't doing like any of the crazy stuff that we see in the movies, right? Like in the sauna room, like riding the bike, like. Okay.
Nah, but no, like I said, now it's controlled.
What are you weight at right now?
Right now, like at 55. 55.
I'm like, no, don't say that at 55. That's
45,
bad.
45, yeah.
That's good. 4 pounds. You could probably sleep that off and still be able to eat.
Yeah, so like I said, it's not a problem. We should be good.
Looking at John Molina Jr., his style, we spoke to him yesterday. He also feels it's going to end in a knockout. Why do you guys feel it's going to end in a knockout as opposed to going out there and having an action fight, a good fight, but stretched over 12 rounds?
Because we both don't think that there's any way that we're either of us are going to be able to take the other's punches for 12 rounds, basically.
Would it be surprising to you if it lasts more than 8 rounds?
It will.
Yeah? Just because of the styles and all that? Well, you look at him, and he's a big dude. He is coming down to 140. Do you think you're being overlooked in the fight?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't care what he thinks. I'm going to go in there and do my thing either way.
How do you see yourself stopping him?
There are so many different possibilities, you know, so I don't know, but I do see it being stopped, though.
When you look at 140 now, there's a lot of champions there. You got Ramirez, you got names like Prograis, you got the people in the World Boxing Super Series. How do you want to navigate yourself at 140, and what type of fights for you personally like really gets your like juices going?
I don't even know who else is at 140, to be honest, so I don't care who I step in the ring with.
You think you can move up and down 140, 147?
Definitely. I mean, like, I've been under 47 for this whole week, so I mean, I know I can make 147 easy. And after I made weight for Guerrero, that's when I realized that I could make 140, and that's why we're doing it. So.
You felt strong at 47 though, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was able to eat and drink before the weigh-in, so that always helps.
Well, yeah, that's always a good thing because you're able to maintain your natural strength.
Yeah, so we'll see how I look after this one, and we'll see how I feel, and we'll change accordingly.
After this fight, regardless, when do you think you'll be back in the ring?
I have no idea. As long as I'm healthy, I'm ready to be back whenever.
All right. Hey, Omar, man, it was great seeing you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm still looking for the jean sweats.
Oh, I know.
They need to make an appearance. It's like a good luck charm for you.
I don't know if I brought them, actually.
No, bro, don't say that.
I thought I had, but I have people coming from India. So
tell them to bring them. Tell them to bring them.
I know, man. Those things it's stupid how they've blown up. And I still get so much crap for them. Like, why is this guy?
Why do you get crap for it?
Well, because people think that they're actually jeans.
Yeah.
So they're like, this fucking guy works out in jeans. Oh, sorry, I cursed.
No,
like this guy works out in jeans and blah blah blah. And I'm like, they're not jeans. They're sweatpants, but they just look like jeans.
You need to wear them so like they become like a thing, like where fans like expect. Like Fedor Emelianenko has this sweater, and they call it like the glorious sweater of power. I think we could do something with you with the jean sweats, like the glorious jean sweats of power.
We could. We'll see.
All right, let's make it a thing, Omar. Thank you so much, man. It's good seeing you and good chatting with you. Omar Figueroa co-headlining this Fox fight this Saturday against John Molina.